Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. If you're new here, my name is Paulina and as you can probably guess, today we're going to be unboxing this Harrods 12 Days of Beauty Advent Calendar. This Advent Calendar was highly anticipated this year. Many people wanted to buy it because it tends to sell out really quickly. There was a lot of drama around this advent calendar this year. Many people got their messages that their order was cancelled. Some people have it even refunded, and then apparently there was some sort of mistake. I really hope everyone who ordered this advent calendar will receive it in the end. I've got mine, so without further ado, let's see what's inside. Okay, so let's open it up. We have all the fragrances here, and let's go straight to number one. So this is our box number one. It's pretty big, so I'm hoping for a good start. So it looks like it is a very good start indeed. This is Parfum de Marley Oriana, and we have 30 ml here. So this is what the bottle looks like. So this is a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance for women that was released in 2021. The top notes here are mandarin orange, bergamot, grapefruit. The middle notes, orange blossom, raspberry, blackcurrant, and then base notes of whipped cream, marshmallow, musk, and bread. That does sound like a very kind of delicious feminine fragrance, so let's have a quick sniff. Oh, that is nice. Those musky notes and orange blossom make it a little bit more sophisticated. So yeah, it's a very nice fragrance. This scent literally screams like summer to me, so I would probably wear it in a little bit of warmer weather. But yeah, this is our day number one, a really good start. Now on to our day number two. And here we have two fragrances by Amouage. And these are Amouage Guidance and Amouage Reflection for Men. I haven't tried Amouage fragrances for some time now. I remember I tried some of these scents. I had like this kind of like a discovery set, and I just couldn't like them. So I was not really interested in like playing with this brand anymore. But I know our tastes change, our preferences change, so I'm actually quite curious now. We have two mini scents. They're both 7.5 ml. So let's start with this one over here, which is Guidance. Wow, look at this cute little bottle. So this is a woody ambery fragrance launched in 2023. The top notes here are pear, hazelnut, olibanum. That sounds interesting. Then we have middle notes of osmanthus, rose, saffron, and jasmine, sambac. And then base notes of sandalwood, vanilla, akigala wood, ambergris, and labdanum. That sounds like something I should like. So let's give it a go. So I can't really spray it anywhere, so I'll just have to use it on my skin. Hopefully I will like it. No, I actually like it. This is like a really pleasant woody scent. It's very gentle. There's nothing like particularly heavy or like smoky about it. Very nicely balanced, mostly woody, ambery fragrance. Nice. Well, maybe I will revisit the Amouage fragrances. Maybe my taste changed a little bit. But also this fragrance was actually released a year ago, so it's one of the new ones. So I'm sure I haven't tried that one before. Okay, now let's move on to our Reflection. And this is Reflection Man. They do have a feminine version of this fragrance as well. So this one is described as woody, white floral and aromatic. And the top notes here are rosemary, pink pepper and petitgrain. The middle notes, jasmine, neroli, orris root, and lang lang. And then base notes, sandalwood, cedar, vetiver, patchouli. Okay, let's see. Whenever a fragrance is described as feminine or masculine, I think it just describes its general vibe, but like anyone can wear anything. So who knows, maybe I'll like it so much that I'm going to keep this one. I'm just going to try it on my other hand. Oh, that is really nice. This one is actually quite aromatic, but I don't know, it actually reminds me of something, but I can't really put my finger on it. I might actually keep this one for myself. Yeah. Okay, so far so good. This was our day number two. We have 3 fragrances. And what I like so far, we have like a really nice variety. Like all these fragrances are pretty different to each other. Okay, let's move on to our box number 3. It's another bigger one. And here we have some Aqua de Parfum. And this is Oud and Zagara 20 ml Eau de Parfum. And let me just open that for you. Yeah, this is what it looks like. So I really hope I don't like this fragrance that much, because with Aqua de Parfum scents, I usually give them to Rob. He just loves Aqua de Parfum fragrances, so if I like it, then we'll probably have to end up fighting for it, or I don't know. Anyway, this is a unisex fragrance, citrusy, white floral, musky. I'm not a massive fan of like citrusy fragrances, so there is a chance that I might actually give it to Rob without having to fight with him. This is a new fragrance that launched in 2024 with the top notes of lemon and nutmeg, middle notes of orange blossom, ylang ylang and agarwood and saffron, and then base notes of suede, labdanum, vetiver, musk and ambergris. I love saffron, but I'm not a massive fan of citrusy notes, so we'll see how that goes. I actually quite like it. It's actually quite interesting because it has this kind of smokiness. It's woodsy and smoky, which is your typical kind of like oud scent, but it's actually sweetened by this citrusy combination. So there's lemon and orange blossom, if I remember correctly, and it doesn't really give you this sharp citrusiness. It's more on the sweeter side. So yeah, that's a really beautiful fragrance actually. So yeah, not too sure what to do with that. Maybe Robert will not like it and we won't really have to have that discussion. Anyway, I'm just going to put it here for now. We're moving on to our day number 4, which is another big one. And here we have Elysium Parfum by Rosa. So this is our fragrance, and once again just a bottle. So this one is supposed to be floral citrusy. It was launched in 2024, so it's interesting how many new fragrance or newish fragrances we have here. The top notes are bergamot, mandarin orange, blackberry and peach. Middle notes freesia, jasmine, magnolia, lily of the valley, ylang ylang, geranium, peony, cyclamen, violet. And then base notes, musk, pink pepper, sandalwood, cedarwood, and vanilla. Okay, so judging by the notes, this actually can go like anyway. I might end up liking it or not. I can't really tell by the notes. Okay, it's nice, but it's interesting because in the first sniff, I get a lot of like fruitiness, like this kind of like juicy fruitiness. But then it just settles down to pretty much a floral fragrance. Yeah, it's a nice spring summer fragrance, probably my least favorite so far, but I'm usually not a massive fan of floral fragrances. I mean, not always. Sometimes I really love a little bit of like tuberose or jasmine, but kind of like those floral bouquet type of fragrances, not really much of my thing. I like it, I still like it. I don't really feel like the strong urge to just kind of like go and buy a full size bottle of this scent, which is good, I guess. Okay, day number 5. So this one comes in a little pouch. And this is our fragrance. So this is État Libre d'Orange. And the fragrance is Nostos. I really like the bottle. And this is actually 30 ml. Oh, by the way, I don't think I mentioned how big the Rosa fragrance was. It was 10 ml. So this is 30 ml. Good size. Let's have a look at the notes. So this one is described as warm, spicy, musky, woody, a fragrance. It is unisex and launched in 2023. The notes here, the notes here look yummy. So we have oud, Georgia wood, incense, suede, mandarin orange, saffron, Turkish rose, sandalwood, amberfix, musk, and jasmine. That sounds interesting. I have really high hopes. So let's test it out. Beautiful. This is a perfect cold weather fragrance. It has a really beautiful oud in it, very smoky, but you can smell rose and saffron too. Very elegant, sophisticated, but strong fragrance. I love it. Day number 6, quite big, but very light. And here we have Graf La Sedi La Rona 6. This is what it looks like. And it says here, travel spray with pouch. 15 ml. So there is a pouch as promised. And this is our fragrance. So this is a fragrance for women with the main accords of oud and vanilla. It launched in 2020 and then top notes here are blackberry, Madagascar cloves and wild orchid. Middle notes pink pepper, Indian jasmine and orange blossom. And then base notes agarwood, which is oud, and vanilla. So we have another oudy fragrance. Let's see how this actually compares to the one I've just tried. Oh, that is nice too. Okay, so on the first sniff you get a lot of sweetness, and this is like a fruity sweetness, but then it settles down and this oud note actually shines through, but it's not as strong as with this fragrance over here. It's much more subtle, not as smoky. The fragrance itself is a little bit lighter, so I would probably say this is a good all year rounder, but if you love your oud-based fragrances, this could be like a nice warmer day oud. I personally don't really wear fragrances like that in summer, but I could maybe imagine wearing something like this in the evening. Maybe that could work for me. Otherwise, it would probably give me a little bit of a headache, but it's a really beautiful scent too. Okay, day number 7, another that feels very light. And we have another pouch here. This is by Montal, and what fragrance is it? So this is Rendezvous chez Harrods. So it explains why it has actually felt so light. These Montal fragrances, they come in this kind of like an aluminum bottles, so they feel very light, even though we actually have 20 mils here, so it's not really a bad size, is it? So this is a unisex fragrance described as woody, warm, spicy, and again this one actually launched in 2024, so another new one. The notes here, the top notes here are Cambodian oud, Indian saffron, bergamot, pink pepper, middle notes black leather, patchouli and rose, and then base notes caramel, tonka, amber, sandalwood, oak moss and white musk. Okay, that sounds interesting, because we do have like those strong and smoky notes like oud and black leather, but we also have a lot of like sweetness like coming from caramel and tonka, and we have some amber too. It's also interesting that oud is actually in top notes. Let's test it out. Wow, that is stunning. So I guess you would expect this fragrance to be quite heavy and smoky. It's nowhere near this fragrance here. This is like a proper smoky, heavy fragrance. This one is actually much lighter, and that is probably due to the fact that those heavy smoky notes are not in the base. Oud is actually one of the top notes here. That is actually really beautiful. I don't think I've ever tried anything that smells like that. A really nice fragrance, not super strong, so I think you can potentially get away wearing this in the office as well. I love it. Okay, let's move on. Day number 8, and this one feels a little bit heavier. And here we have Zerzhov, and this is Alexandria 2. So this is a unisex woody, ambery, powdery fragrance released in 2012. So we have a little bit older fragrance now. Here's the bottle. This is 15 mils, and it's crazy to think that this is actually smaller than this scent here. This is 20 mils, just to compare. Ooh, the notes here actually look quite interesting. So we have the top notes of palisander rosewood, lavender, cinnamon, and apple. The middle note of rose, cedar, and lily of the valley. And the base notes of oud, sandalwood, amber, vanilla, and musk. Okay, quick spray. This is nice. This is definitely unisex, woodsy, not super smoky, but very nicely balanced. This lavender makes this fragrance quite kind of like melancholic, romantic. I think this is the perfect fragrance for autumn, when, you know, days are becoming shorter and everything is a little bit like gloomy and gray and, you know, that kind of like vibe. But yeah, this is a really nice one. And even though we have quite a lot of fragrances that are built around oud now, I feel like there's still quite a lot of variety. Like, these fragrances are quite different from each other. So we're moving on to our day number 9, and this one is heavy. This one is heavy. What do we have inside? So here we have a Thameen fragrance, and this is Thameen Peregrina, and it's a 50 ml bottle. So this is a unisex ambery powdery fragrance launched in 2019. The top notes here are damask rose, gardenia, jasmine, and lily of the valley. Middle notes caramel, vanilla, amber, myrrh, lang lang. And then base notes amber, powdery notes, and white musk. That sounds like a very ambery fragrance. That should be straight up my alley. Yeah, I really like it. To be honest, this fragrance, even though it's described as unisex, it does lean slightly feminine for me. It is in fact ambery, but at the same time it's very floral. I do get quite a lot of those floral notes here. I like it, but as I said, it leans slightly more feminine for me. Okay, day number 10, another very light one. Okay, that explains it all. We have some Creed, and this is Queen of Silk, 10 mils. I'm actually quite excited to try this fragrance. So this is our bottle. The main accords, amber and warm spicy. Okay, that sounds good. This is a fragrance for women, launched in 2024. Okay. Yes, this is the type of ambery fragrance I love the most. Like the Thameen one, it is ambery, but again, it's very floral too. This is like a proper ambery scent. I just love it. There are some floral notes here, but they're not really dominating the whole composition. Let's have a look at the notes, because I think I forgot about that. So the top notes are saffron, osmanthus, and magnolia. that kind of explains it all. Like saffron. Saffron is always a type of note that is going to elevate like amberiness or woodiness of a fragrance. Same thing with osmanthus. Middle notes here are passion fruit, tuberose, patchouli, and oud. Base notes Madagascar vanilla, ambroxan, myrrh, musk, cedarwood, and incense. I love this one. I really love it, and that's probably not a good thing because Crete fragrances are crazy expensive. Okay, day number 11. So here we have the Merchant of Venice, and this is Queen of the Night. And this is again 10 mils. So here's a bottle. Main accords here are amber and warm spicy. So again, very much up my alley. This is a fragrance for women, launched in 2023. The top notes saffron, love saffron, saffron, cinnamon, blue lotus. Middle notes frankincense, amber, and kaifi, and then base notes myrrh, tonka, and sandalwood. Ooh. I will be really surprised if I don't like this fragrance. Oh, this is so good. It just gets better and better. Like I just love this one. It is such a beautiful ambery fragrance. It's warm, it has saffron in it. It's just such a beautiful, sophisticated, cold weather scent. I just adore it. Okay, so let's move on to our day number 12. This one is actually quite big and quite heavy, so I hope it's going to be good. So we have another pouch here, and this is our fragrance. So this is by Tiziana Terenzi, and this is La Superba Rosa. This is what it looks like, and this is again a 50 mils bottle. So the sizes in this advent calendar, I mean, they are impressive. So the main accords here are honey, rose, amber. That sounds good. This is a unisex fragrance that launched in 2018, and the notes, very short list of notes. Top notes honey and herbal notes. Then in middle notes we have only May, rose, and then base notes amber. So quick sniff. I'm sure this is going to be good. Oh, it is good. It's good. It is beautiful. Okay, so this is a very warm fragrance. The honey here is really nicely blended with other notes, so it's not going to give you this super strong, like almost like a cloying honey situation like you would have in Scandal fragrances by Jean Paul Gaultier. That one had like a really potent honey note. Here, it's not really the case. It's detectable, it's definitely there, but it's not overpowering the whole fragrance. It's a really beautifully balanced fragrance, and those herbal notes are actually adding a little bit of character to this fragrance too. So a little bit of an edge. I really like it. Okay guys, so this is Harrods Advent Calendar fully unboxed. I'm just looking at everything I've got here, and I have to tell you that actually looks pretty impressive. This Advent Calendar was priced at £185, because I don't think I mentioned that in the beginning of this video, but it's also sold out, and the value of this advent calendar is over £1,100, and you can definitely tell. There are two 50ml fragrances, there are a couple of like 30ml fragrances here. The smallest thing that we've got, I think, are like 7.5 or 8 mils, but the brands are pretty amazing. The selection of fragrances is really good. We have a little bit of everything. We have like more summery fragrances, we have wintry fragrances, even though, as I mentioned before, there are quite a lot of like oud-based fragrances. It seems like they still manage to keep like a nice variety of scents. We don't really have many fragrances that are quite alike. So yeah, I'm actually super excited with Advent Calendar. I think I've already found like a couple fragrances that I'm going to love. So yeah, a really good purchase. But what do you guys think? Did you manage to get this Advent Calendar for yourself? If so, are you happy with everything you discovered inside? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. For more Advent Calendar unboxing videos, check these ones over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.